Welcome back to Bear Witness. It's Mock Monday, and today is going to be the first 7 round mock draft for the channel. A lot has changed on the draft board since the opening of free agency, not just on the Bears draft board itself, but on players that are becoming available because of the moves that other teams are making. So I'm going to show you the draft board quickly just before we get into the actual mock draft. This is my draft board as it stands. You'll see a couple of these edge rushers have appeared here just because Zion Young I've always liked, and Cassius Howe was mocked before the Super Bowl. He was mid to late second round. He shot up to mid first, and now he started dropping back a little bit again. If he's available, I'm. It's a difficult one because he doesn't have like the physical size to be an like a run stopping edge, but his pass rush is sensational, and he would be tempting at 25, especially if Caden McDonald gets taken a bit earlier. So I'm hoping that Caden McDonald's there. Ultimately, interior is the position I would like to address the most, but Cassius Howell presents a very interesting option there for us. Um, the strategy generally for this draft board is to keep it quite tight. I don't like having a really convoluted board where you go, okay, if this guy's not here, if this guy's not here, we'd just take him. I think if you don't like the options that you have at your pick and it's not good value, I think trade it back, go and get some more picks, get a couple of picks for next year. Do something. Don't overreach uh, and just take players willy nilly. But also, if you really like a player, go and like you can grab them a bit earlier. So that's what makes the draft so chaotic, which is one of the things that I love about it. And this draft board still has a lot of movement to be made within it. Just in general, I think the strategy is sort of like definitely first 2 picks are going to be interior or edge. That has not changed, and if anything, it's only kind of been reaffirmed by the moves that we've made in the secondary in free agency. That the first couple of picks are going to be interior and edge, and then from there, I've added in Igbinison. I've added him in just because now that we've obviously gone linebacker and safety in free agency, cornerback is a position that I think needs to be addressed with the loss of Wright. So if we can grab him, I think he was just consistent. He played at a good school. He's been coached well at Ohio State. He would be a good pickup. And then I do think there is a lot of value to be had in these sort of mid to late picks. It just depends on whether these guys are available. These are the guys that I've highlighted basically just from going through these mock drafts throughout the week, saying, "Oh, like these are the guys who are available where we're picking. Let me just have a look at a bit of tape, some of the numbers, and these are the guys that have sort of stood out to me." Um, so I think let's just get into it and see how it plays out. I'm going to take this one a little bit slower because I want it to really feel like the draft. Um, let's just try and absorb what's happening. And I think in the first round, I don't think there's any point in us really trading up. I think we would have to give away a lot, and you're not necessarily sure what the other teams are going to do. Like the options that we have really would be to jump up to like just ahead of the Chargers. So the only real danger that Caden McDonald gets taken is going to be the Chargers. So the question would be like, do we go and try and jump ahead of the Steelers, or do we try and trade with the Steelers to jump ahead of the Chargers? I just think it would just cost too much. So I'm going to say no, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. So there you go, safety. Okay, so this is what I mean. So Cassius Howell is still Cassius Howell's still on the board. If this happens in the draft and Cassius Howell is still on the board, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up both of their numbers. Here's Cassius Howell. 6'2", as I said earlier, 6'2" concerns me a little bit. Just like, I just don't love undersized players in the run-stop game. But just look at some, like, his pass rush is consistently insanely good. Insanely good. Last year he had 12 sacks, 2 QB hits, and 27 hurries. It's the stuff that we need. This is the stuff that we need. His missed tackle percentage is not like terrible. It's not terrible at all. 11.1, like, and then the year before 13.2 is like, for his size, like, I think he's doing really good. And the fact that he adds all of this, I think the fact that he adds all of this pass rush is really tempting. Caden McDonald, he offers the thing that I am most keen for us to have, which is the run stopping. We, as one of the worst run stop, or the second worst run stop team in the league, desperately need somebody like him. I'm actually really conflicted about what to do here. Caden McDonald definitely goes. He definitely goes. Can we come up and get... We can potentially come up and get Zion Young, which I would be keen to do. I think I'm going to go Caden McDonald. I think it just makes the most sense for us. I think it makes the most sense. Oh. I think it makes the most sense. I'm going to draft Caden McDonald. Okay. Yeah. Cassius happened straight away. That was always going to happen. Okay. Okay. Right. The Titans are looking edge, potentially. I think I'm going to try and trade with the Titans. I'm trading up. That's getting accepted. What about... What about next year's... Next year's third, fourth, and fifth is a lot to give up, but I feel like we can recover some of these picks. Yeah, yeah, get us an edge. Get us an edge. Okay, we're on the clock. I want Zion Young. Good. And we've still got a second round pick here. We're not going to be able to get... Okay. We won't be able to go and get... Caleb Lomu's dropped. Yeah. Jacob Rodriguez goes. That's fine. That's fine. Because we don't need to go edge now. So this is what I'm talking about. We can trade back from here. Who am I looking at next? We're probably looking cornerback, Igbenison here. If we go to the draft board. So all of these linemen and edge gone. Jacob Rodriguez is gone. Don't need an edge rusher now. I think cornerback is the next place we look. Cornerback's the next place we look. Let's trade back. Oh, nobody wants to trade. Ooh. Nobody wants to trade. We're going to have to pick. That's an interesting dilemma. I guess we could still go Igbenison. It's a bit early for him. That's not amazing value, but it's only a few places above where he was going to go. So we've still... What's our next pick? 89. Who are we looking at taking? So we've gone tight end. We've got... Okay. I'm really liking how this is playing out, actually. We've got a very good cornerback, and I think we've got two elite linemen there. I'm thinking still nobody wants to trade. I mean, we could go Markel Bell and just get our big tackle. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. We haven't recovered a lot of last year's draft capital, to be honest. But we've got. I really like this draft board. I like what we're building. The fourth. This is where the picks get very interesting. This is where it gets very interesting. So Key Wheatley's gone. Okay. So we're hovering around here now. Torin York would be a good addition at linebacker. Very young as well. Very young. Very consistent. Let me pull up his numbers. 5'10". I mean, for a linebacker, it's kind of reasonable, I guess. But it's just like consistent. It's consistently good. One game was not good, where he clearly missed a bunch of tackles. But overall, like it's all above average, and it's all like you're looking at 70s all round here, which is good. Coverage grade last year was 90, which is insane. Pass rushing, he adds a little bit in the pass rush game, but it's mainly the coverage stats that I'm looking at. These are really good, actually, really really good. I do like Torin York and Texas A&M again. I like a player that's come from a school that's got good coaching and that is competitive, like playing competitive games. I think that's going to have to be the pick 133. Like this is good value again. To be honest, it's a little bit early, but like four places early isn't really early. So we've added now at linebacker as well. So we've got interior, edge, cornerback, tackle, linebacker, and then we've got 2 7th-round picks. Let's get into the 7th round, and let's go. Oh, is he gone? Bollocks! I wanted him. I wanted James Thompson. Oh, 2 spots really? Okay. Play for India. Play for Miami. Oh, good coverage grade. Oh, God, what happened here? Oh, he's got a stinker in him. That's a couple. Decent competition. I might take him. Just safety, isn't it? Safety. I'm gonna go Devin Easton. Just another name to get in the line. Okay, well there's the draft. I've got to be honest, I'm pretty chuffed with how that's gone actually. Yeah, I mean you can't have it all, can you? That was an expensive trade to move up. That was an expensive trade, but bottom 11%. You're taking the piss. We've added Caden McDonald and Zion Young. Igbinison, Bell, Torian York. The first 4 rounds I'm really, really happy with. If we add all of those players, I think we're laughing. Zion Young and Caden McDonald. Igbinison adding to the cornerback. Markel Bell get a 6'9" tackle. Torian York get a coverage maestro in the linebacker slot. If this happens, Ben Johnson's got the offense. If this happens and we add to our defense like this, I think we're really in business. So, despite what this is telling me, I'm really happy with it. That's going to do it for this episode of Bear Witness. And the 3rd mock draft for the channel is over. Let me know what you think. Would you have made the same decisions? Would you have traded up to go and get Zion Young? Let me know. As always, thank you for watching. Stay safe and bear witness.